My name is Jesse Israel. I am the founder of The Big Quiet. We bring thousands of people together for mass meditations at iconic places like Madison Square Garden and the top of the World Trade Center. My story really starts sophomore year at NYU. My roommate and I had learned about the band MGMT. So we went out and met them and came up with a concept to manage the band and also to create a dorm room record label. And we just really learned by making mistakes and trying things and experimenting. And while we continued through school at NYU, we continued to build our record label. And it put us on the map as young guys in the music biz. So we went right from graduating into running a full-time record label. And it was a blast, but behind the scenes, I was also experiencing some challenges. I had been experiencing pretty debilitating anxiety for a little while, and it was starting to manifest into panic attacks. I didn't really feel like I had people that I could talk to about it. There wasn't much conversation around mental health. And as a man, I didn't really feel like there was space to communicate about that. Meditation was really helpful for me. And it started to shift things in my life and in my career. As stress and anxiety started to strip out of my body, I started to become a lot more clear about who I was, what I wanted to be giving myself to. And while I was doing this work, I was yearning for something else. I had always felt drawn to leadership and community and bringing people together, but I was sort of limited to that within the music industry. So walking away from that was really tough, but I do think ultimately my partners understood that I was following my heart. I went on a trip to Tanzania where I was doing some volunteer work at an orphanage for young kids. And several of the students at this orphanage didn't live on the premises. They'd have to walk to get to the school. Some of them were walking up to 20 miles a day. And at the time, I remember talking to some of the local leaders in that rural area and saying, if you had bicycles, would it support these students with their commutes and with their ability to grow as students and as leaders? And they said that one bike could change an entire classroom and that 5 bikes could change the whole community. And at that point, I wasn't running my label anymore, so I had a lot more free time. And shared this concept with our bike club community, with the Cyclones, to come together and on our rides, not just ride to have fun and connect and explore new places in the city, but to also have a deeper purpose of raising money and putting resources together to create a bike share program in Tanzania to serve these kids with these challenging commutes. There's real power in collective voice, especially if it's attached to an experience that has meaning for an individual and also serves a greater purpose that's in service of other people. It was an important learning for me there. But the more I was meditating and the more that I was doing these community experiments on the side, the more I was feeling called to shifting up my career. I'd seen that young people were becoming more and more interested in meditation. But I thought it'd be really cool for people to just come together and practice whatever they were doing and be able to share the quiet space together. So I organized our first group meditation called MediClub. And it was about 20 friends at my buddy's apartment. And they were all revealing the same human experiences, the same challenges, the same issues around being in their heads. Way more people experiencing anxiety and depression than I thought, and most people revealing that they never talked about this stuff before. And I remember people didn't want to leave because it felt so good. And in that moment, it was like this lightning bolt hit me. I was like, I'm meant to be doing this now. It was clear that there was an opportunity to take that value system and bring it to the city at large, and the Big Quiet was born. We've been able to do Big Quiet mass meditations with thousands of people and incredible musicians at places like Madison Square Garden. Last fall, we took the Big Quiet on a mass meditation tour, the first of its kind, and we brought the Big Quiet experience to landmarks in 5 cities. And the Big Quiet really has become not only a mass meditation with performances, but an opportunity to celebrate human connection and to celebrate the good in life. That having a tool like meditation that allows us to shift our nervous system into a state that allows us to be responsive instead of reactive, that allows us to show up with a bit more clarity and calm, presence, empathy, heart, strength. We start to become more clear about how we can use our gifts to have an impact on those around us. I hope that people can see through my work that anyone can be a community builder and that anyone can be a connection maker, leading with vulnerability, not in a way that's victimizing or in a way that is helpless, but in a way that what I refer to as leading from the scar, not the wound. We need tools that remind us that we are actually interconnected, that we belong to each other.